What if I told you that the most dominant athlete of the 21st century is not the strongest, not the fastest, not the loudest, and not the one who built his legacy through intimidation or spectacle, but a quiet man who speaks with a football at his feet? What if the greatest athlete of this century did not emerge from a boxing ring, a swimming pool, or an NFL stadium, but from a dusty neighborhood in Rosario, Argentina? It sounds exaggerated. It sounds emotional. And yet, according to one of the most debated global rankings of modern sport, it is now official. Lionel Messi has been named the greatest athlete of the first quarter of the 21st century, and the sports world is not ready to process what that truly means. This is not just another list. This is not a social media poll or a fan-driven popularity contest. The ranking published by Le Journal de Quebec placed Messi above names that define entire sports and generations. Tom Brady, the quarterback who turned winning into a lifestyle, sits just behind him. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, follows. Serena Williams, who shattered barriers in tennis, stands among the elite. Usain Bolt, the fastest human ever recorded, occupies a place reserved for mythological figures. And yet, at the very top of this mountain of legends stands Lionel Messi, a footballer, a playmaker, a man who never needed to raise his voice to make the world listen. The immediate reaction was predictable. Disbelief, outrage, endless comparisons. How can a footballer be ranked above athletes who dominated individual sports? How can Messi be placed ahead of a man who won 7 Super Bowls or another who collected Olympic gold medals like souvenirs? The debate erupted instantly because this ranking forces us to confront a question we have avoided for years. Are we talking about the greatest footballer of all time? Or are we witnessing something far more uncomfortable? Are we looking at the greatest athlete this century has produced? To understand why this ranking feels so disruptive, we need to step outside football for a moment. Tom Brady represents longevity and cold-blooded dominance in a sport built on violence and tactical precision. Michael Phelps represents physical perfection and control, a swimmer who bent time itself inside the pool. Serena Williams represents power, resilience, and the breaking of historical ceilings in a sport that once tried to exclude her. Usain Bolt represents raw speed and the rare ability to turn seconds into global events. These athletes dominated their disciplines in ways that feel almost superhuman. And yet, Messi is ranked above them not because he ran faster, jumped higher, or lifted heavier trophies, but because his impact traveled further. What separates Messi from the rest of this list is not just success. It is context. Football is not an individual sport. It is chaos disguised as structure. It is 11 minds moving at once, influenced by tactics, teammates, opponents, referees, injuries, pressure, and public expectation. Every action is connected to someone else. Every failure is shared. Every success is diluted by the collective. And yet, Messi managed to stand above this chaos for more than 2 decades. While athletes in individual sports controlled their environments, Messi thrived in one where control barely exists. This is where the comparison becomes uncomfortable. Michael Phelps competed in lanes. Tom Brady operated with rehearsed systems and playbooks. Usain Bolt needed 10 seconds of perfection. Messi needed to survive 90 minutes of unpredictability, week after week, year after year, under constant scrutiny. Football does not forgive. One missed chance can define a season. One bad night can erase months of excellence. And still, Messi endured. He adapted. He evolved. Coaches changed. Systems collapsed. Generations passed. And Messi remained. The ranking also exposes another truth we rarely discuss. Greatness is no longer measured only by titles or numbers. It is measured by cultural gravity. Messi is not just watched. He is felt. Entire generations grew up timing their weekends around his matches. Children copied the way he walked, the way he looked down before free kicks, the way he celebrated goals without drama. Messi became a reference point, not because he demanded attention, but because attention naturally gravitated toward him. Even the eternal rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest athletes football has ever produced, plays a role in this conversation. Ronaldo appears lower in the ranking, not because his achievements are smaller, but because his impact followed a different philosophy. Where Ronaldo imposed himself, Messi absorbed the game. Where Ronaldo conquered through presence, Messi governed through understanding. The ranking does not diminish Ronaldo. It simply reveals what it values more: sustained influence over spectacular assertion. There's also a time factor that makes Messi's case even stronger. Many athletes on this list belong to completed chapters. Their greatness is preserved in memory. Messi, however, is still playing, still influencing, still redefining what is possible at an age when footballers are expected to fade. He is judged not only for what he achieved, but for what he continues to represent. This is rare. History usually waits for retirement before granting absolution. Messi forced history to speak early. But perhaps the most profound reason this ranking feels unsettling is because Messi changed how we understand football itself. He challenged the idea that dominance requires physical intimidation. He proved that intelligence can outplay power, that vision can dismantle speed, and that leadership does not always look like command. Messi led by example in its purest form, by doing, by repeating excellence until it became normal, by making the extraordinary feel inevitable. And then there is the emotional layer, because Messi was never just something we watched. He was something we lived with. He was there during our routines, our celebrations, our disappointments. He was present in finals that broke hearts and nights that healed them. He was part of our timelines, our conversations, our shared memories. When the ball reached his feet, silence followed. Not because of fear, but because of anticipation. Everyone knew something could happen that would never happen again. This is where the debate transcends sport. What are we really valuing when we talk about the greatest athlete? Is it physical superiority? Is it statistical dominance? Is it the number of trophies? Or is it the ability to sustain excellence in an environment designed to destroy it? Messi competed in the most popular, most analyzed, and most unforgiving sport on the planet. Every mistake magnified, every failure personalized, every success questioned, and yet he survived all of it without ever changing who he was. Messi never reinvented his image to stay relevant. He never needed provocation, controversy, or performance outside the game. His legacy was built almost accidentally. He simply played. In an era obsessed with branding and noise, that silence became revolutionary. And perhaps that is why this ranking divides opinion so deeply. Because it challenges our idea of what greatness should look like. There will be other rankings. There will be other debates. New stars will emerge. Other athletes will dominate their moments. But what Lionel Messi represents cannot be replicated. He was not just the best of his generation. He was the atmosphere of an era.